field as you get a look inside State Farm Stadium in Glendale. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Arizona Cardinals. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
On one, ready?
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Well, this defense for the Cardinals very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off.
And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown.
So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
On second down, here's Mixon. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
They gotta go.
Now it's Burrow. He finds his running back, Mixon, finding room at midfield. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It was 3rd and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards.
That turned into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right, and after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Burrow on play action. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Once again, they run with Mixon. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On 3rd down, Burrow. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Marcus Golden, too much to handle that time, gets the sack.
McPherson's kick is good.
And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
They'll fake it to Connor. Now Murray.
Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick.
And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. So a big return there, Charles, on what was a pretty dangerous throw to the outside.
It sure was, Brandon. That's the risk you run on a throw like this. If it's intercepted, a lot of times this is a pick 6. So good hustle to get back and get him down. But, boy, that's a throw you've really got to be sure of if you're going to work the perimeter of the field.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll give it to Mixon. Down at the 2. Broke through first contact, but ultimately stopped shy of the goal line. It'll be a pickup of 8 and a good first step there with 2nd and goal coming up. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great...
And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals.
Joe Mixon, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bengals have taken the lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead is now 10-7.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands. Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
He'll get this complete to Rondale Moore.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down.
And that's how you shake off the interception they threw on the opening drive. Come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
Meanwhile, Murray's throw complete there to Moore.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be second down.
The Cardinals hit 2-0 here to begin the season, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Cardinals have retaken the lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 14-10. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
Here we go, here we
The
go.
previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Here's Burrow. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Weiss. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
In today's NFL, we're accustomed to the tight end getting downfield and creating plays and wreaking a little havoc in the secondary. Not on this one, though. They diagnosed that one really well.
Tried the dump off, lost yardage.
Gun.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
3rd and 2, now Burrow. He finds his man, complete. It's Weiss.
And he is going to have the Bengals first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Here we go, here we go.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Burrow looking to pass. He gets this one to Boyd. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection.
Here we go.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
On 2nd and 11 now. Burrow dumps it off to Mixon. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. 3rd and long. They'll look to throw.
Pass thrown right back to Joe Mixon.
And he gets this to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, well,
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
Yeah, they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage. So timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Play action. Now it's Murray.
This is taken in by McBride.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona.
Trey McBride.
His first touchdown of the new season as his guys are able to extend their lead. Point after, up and good. And that makes it a 21-10 game.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Mullen. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown. Now the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And not the first time that they're coming back out off of a turnover, but the last one really hurt Charles with that pick 6.
And it feels like the whole team's infected right now, doesn't it? It's not just been one person. It's kind of been a group effort where the mistakes have happened. Can they put that aside, kind of start over, and put together a nice drive?
And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Many times when a play breaks down and the quarterback's moving around outside of the pocket, you're thinking just get rid of something short. But a lot of guys are coached, think deep, take the big shot, hoping someone can get lost behind the secondary. They weren't able to connect on that one.
He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
And Burrow going to throw again.
Over the middle, that's caught by Chase.
Here we go.
Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Bengal got going a little early there.
On 1, ready?
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And he'll spot Higgins open left side. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
He completes it to Boyd. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. Burrow to Boyd there for the Cincy first.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that. And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Jalen Thompson picks it, and the Cards are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And they'll begin inside their own 10, so field position certainly not in their favor here. Well, indeed, trying to run it out as they start on the ground. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. It's a gain of 6, and that will be the final play of this first half. So we reach halftime here in Glendale with the Cardinals on top. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Cards with a lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
And they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Targeting Moore, and he's got him on the crossing pattern. Touchdown, Cardinals! Rondale Moore, 53 yards. And the Cardinals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. And just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And if you're wondering how fast he was going, Next Gen Stats clocked him at close to 21 miles an hour.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. A CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. Well, they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down. They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. He finds his man, complete. It's Weiss. And he is going to have the Bengals first down as they manage to convert And that'll keep the drive alive.
A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter.
There you go.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. He finds his man, complete. That's Boyd. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. From the 44, Burrow.
And that's caught one more time by Boyd.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 42. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
Well, the margin on that scoreboard, obviously for them, it looks daunting. But I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving themselves something to build on.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. And what they have to be careful of is getting glued to that scoreboard trying to do too much. Because if you do that, you're all but guaranteed to start making mistakes. Just focus on one play at a time and make each one successful.
From the 36,
Burrow. This goes out wide from Mixon.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. To the air again, Burrow. He sets to fire deep. And this is going to be intercepted. How big is that penalty? Wipe out the INT.
You'd hate to be the teammate that caused that penalty and wiped out the interception. You got to face that guy in the locker room. Not a lot of fun for you, and you hurt your squad.
Mixon will try the right side. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
He hasn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now rock solid because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Here we go.
On third down, Mixon. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. On 2nd and 11 now. Burrow. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw.
And it's caught. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD.
Jamar Chase
from 21 yards away.
And the Bengals are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that'll cut the lead down to 18.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone.
And he's going to be out of bounds here as the run back will leave him shy of the 20-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead, and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
A good pickup there at 22. So both teams trade touchdowns, and the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Here's Murray. This will be caught by Brown. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. The passing game continues to be their friend, even with a stable lead here in the fourth, Charles. They're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe.
He's got a man complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Over 30 yards there. And first downs on 3 consecutive plays now.
Even with the big lead here in the fourth, it still bombs away. And frankly, it's working. Why should they stop? Go ahead and keep firing away and gaining those yards.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Let's go.
Now Murray off play action. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on the flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22.
Trey Hendrickson showing off his pass rush repertoire that time.
Cliff Kingsbury here on fourth down trots out the field goal unit. And this a 39-yard attempt. And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
On one, ready?
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Jalen Thompson picks it.
And the Cardinals are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
Not the best of plays there as a quarterback. You're right-handed, rolling left, trying to throw it that far downfield.
I remember a coach of mine saying, son, that's the equivalent of trying to get the car keys out of your pocket with your opposite hand while you're trying to run. You just can't do it.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit too.
He's going deep for Brown. And this one is incomplete.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly will have some explaining to do.
No let-up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the third quarter doing the old hold-up four fingers college sign, meaning the fourth quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
Big Ace open, Big Ace open. Run it up, run it up, run it up.
Connor will take this one in. It's a Cardinal touchdown. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on the stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
Ready?
The Bengals drive about to get going. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Here we go, here we go. Gotta go, gotta go, gotta go.
Now Burrow on 1st down. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Gun.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. He finds his man, complete. It's Weiss. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Give him 30 yards there.
I would say just add that one to the total big plays he's already made here in the first month of the year. You've got to think the front office and the coaching staff have got to be excited about what they've seen so far and really excited about what they expect to see down the road.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they? If you keep running it, eventually good things are likely to happen. It's been a hard go in this game today, hasn't it?
And this defense, they've met pretty much every challenge in front of them this afternoon.
They're still trying to run the ball, but they're not finding much space.
Here's a run with Mixon. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score one touchdown,
you're 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
They'll try and run with Mixon. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him.
On 1st and 10 is counter. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety.
Every team has plays in their book to try and buy some room when a safety's on the table. But a big variable is how does each team deal with the pressure of executing in those situations. In this case, they didn't, and they gave up 2 points.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their